Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Everyday English Channel. I'm Alex, and today we're going to tackle one of the most common and surprisingly tricky interview questions. Tell me about yourself.
Yes, but not just any interview. We're talking about remote interviews, where your confidence, clarity, and connection have to travel through a screen. It's a totally different experience, right?
Exactly. There's no handshake, no in-person energy, and sometimes no clear sense of how your interviewer is reacting. So your first impression depends almost entirely on your voice, facial expressions, and how well you manage your environment.
That's right. And for many people, this first question can make or break the interview. It's the doorway to the rest of the conversation. If you sound scattered or unsure, it's hard to recover. But if you sound confident and composed, the rest of the interview flows smoothly.
So in today's episode, we'll break this topic down into 5 parts, from understanding how remote interviews change the dynamic, to crafting your story, practicing online, and polishing your performance afterward.
By the end, you'll know exactly how to structure your answer, deliver it naturally, and handle every technical or emotional challenge that comes your way. Let's get started.
Okay, first things first, remote interviews are here to stay. Whether it's Zoom, Teams, or Google Meet, most companies use some kind of virtual format now. But have you noticed how that simple "tell me about yourself" question feels different online?
Yes, it feels like there's extra pressure. When you're face to face, you can rely on your body language, your posture, your smile, your eye contact. But online, it's mostly just your head and shoulders on a screen. So everything depends on your voice and your energy.
Exactly. And there's another layer, the Zoom fatigue factor. Interviewers might already have had several virtual meetings before you. So when you start your introduction, you need to grab attention fast.
Right. Think of it like a movie trailer. You have about 10 seconds to make the interviewer curious about your story.
That's a great analogy. And unlike in-person interviews, you also have to think about technical details. Your lighting, your background, your internet connection. If your camera is too dark or your mic keeps cutting out, it can distract from your words.
Absolutely. Before you even speak, your environment speaks for you. A clear background and good lighting say, I'm professional and I came prepared. But if your background is messy or your camera is too low, it says the opposite.
And since we can't rely on a handshake anymore, your smile and tone become your handshake. That warmth and confidence in your voice help build connection right from the start.
Exactly. So when you're preparing your answer, remember, remote interviews amplify everything, the good and the bad. Preparation is your best friend.
Now that we understand the remote context, let's talk about structure. The STAR method, situation, task, action, result, has always been a great way to organize your professional stories. But for remote interviews, it needs a bit of a digital twist.
That's right. Online, attention spans are shorter. So instead of long background stories, you want to make your star examples tighter and more visual. Describe your situation quickly and spend more time on your action and result.
Exactly. For example, instead of saying, "I was part of a marketing project that improved engagement," say, "I led a small marketing team that boosted our social media engagement by 30% in 3 months."
That's so much stronger. It's clear, measurable, and confident. And it helps the interviewer picture your role immediately.
Another digital upgrade is using visuals, but tastefully. If you're on Zoom, you can show a quick example of your work, maybe a campaign graphic or a short portfolio slide. But remember, it's an interview, not a presentation. Keep it subtle.
Yes, the goal is to enhance your story, not dominate it. Maybe you can share your screen for just 10 seconds to show a result or a chart. That show, don't tell approach really makes your story memorable.
And remember to tailor your star examples to the company culture. Read their website, understand their values, and pick stories that match. For example, if they value innovation, choose a story where you solved a problem creatively.
Or if they focus on teamwork, highlight a story where you collaborated successfully online during a project. The key is alignment.
Exactly. Remote interviews may feel distant, but your storytelling can make you come across as connected and authentic.
Now let's move into the heart of today's topic, crafting your Tell Me About Yourself answer. This is your 60-second commercial.
Yes, about 1 minute is ideal. Long enough to give depth, short enough to hold attention. And the structure we recommend is simple: present, past, future.
Let's break that down. Start with your present, your current role, or what you're focusing on. Then your past, a few key experiences or achievements that show your skills. And finally, your future, why you're excited about this opportunity.
Exactly. For example, you could say, I'm currently a customer success specialist with 3 years of experience helping clients improve their onboarding experience. Before that, I worked in sales, which really sharpened my communication and problem-solving skills. Now, I'm excited about this role because it combines customer support and strategic relationship building, two things I'm passionate about.
Perfect. It's concise, natural, and future-focused.
Now, let's talk about environment, because how you look and sound on camera affects how your story is received. Make sure your light source is in front of you, not behind it. Keep your camera at eye level, and avoid echo by using a good headset or microphone.
And don't forget your nonverbal presence. Even in remote interviews, you can show engagement by nodding slightly, smiling genuinely, and keeping your shoulders relaxed.
One more tip: weave in keywords from the job description naturally. If they're looking for someone detail-oriented or collaborative, find authentic ways to include those phrases. It signals that you understand their needs.
Yes, you're basically helping the interviewer picture you in that role already. That's what makes your narrative powerful.
Okay, now we've got structure and delivery. It's time for the magic part.
Yes, practice is everything. And in a remote world, we actually have amazing tools for this. You can record yourself on Zoom, OBS, or even your phone. Then play it back and watch critically.
When you review, focus on 3 things: your pacing, are you speaking too fast or too slow? Your tone, do you sound warm and confident? Your eye contact, are you looking at the camera, not the screen?
Exactly. It might feel awkward at first, but seeing yourself helps you notice details you'd never catch otherwise.
There's also the silent observer technique. Try practicing with a trusted friend. Have them watch you deliver your answer, then give honest feedback. What feels engaging, what feels stiff, and where you can improve.
Or even practice in front of a mirror. You'll notice your facial expressions and body language right away.
And of course, things can go wrong during the real interview. Maybe your internet lags or your audio cuts out. The key is to stay calm.
Exactly. If something happens, take a breath, smile, and say something like, "Sorry, my connection froze for a second. Could you please repeat that last part?" Staying composed shows professionalism.
Interviewers aren't judging the glitch. They're judging your reaction. Grace under pressure is a soft skill that every employer values.
So, you've delivered your answer, handled any tech hiccups, and finished the interview. What's next? Time for the final polish.
Right. Let's start with the confident close. After your tell me about yourself, transition smoothly. You can say, that's a quick overview of my background, and I'd be happy to share more details about how my experience aligns with this role.
That's such a graceful way to hand the conversation back to the interviewer.
Then, after the interview, don't forget your thank you email. Keep it short, but mention something specific from your answer or discussion. For example, I really enjoyed discussing how my customer success experience could support your company's focus on retention. Thank you again for the opportunity. I look forward to hearing from you.
Simple, sincere, and memorable. And finally, do a self-review. Think about what went well, your tone, your timing, your clarity, and note what you want to improve next time.
Every interview, even if it doesn't lead to a job, helps you grow. That's the power of reflection.
Exactly. Remote interviewing is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with consistent practice.
And that's a wrap for today's episode. Master Remote Interview Confidence. Practice. Tell me about yourself.
We hope this helps you feel more comfortable, confident, and camera ready for your next online interview.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, like, and share it with your friends.
And remember, every great interview starts with a great story. So practice yours until it shines.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye. See you in the next episode.